You can be a fan of the Houston Astros, man, but you don't want to play against the Houston Astros. You're gonna get your ass handed to you. Well, pretty much. Ladies and gents, internet, my name is Peridiam, and we're counting down the 10 greatest moments from Survivor Micronesia, fans versus favorites. Less a ranking, more just a chronological list, reliving the glory days. It needs to be said that there are full spoilers ahead for this season. If you haven't seen it, please go watch it. Trust me, you'll enjoy it. All that being said, I want to know what's on the list? Let's bring out the favorites, starting with number 1. The first great moment of the season is the first scene. It's watching some of our favorite players return and show their faces on Survivor one more time. In the middle of a downpour no less, Sari, James, Yowman, each player gets a flashback. The fans tribe claps, they're losing it. We're excited. And then, of course, the cherry on top is Johnny Fairplay.
The most infamous of all survivors. Johnny Fairplay, who already looks intoxicated.
You want to know what you're playing for?
I'm actually impressed. I like to know that you have aspirations to get out of your current place in life.
Number 2 on the list goes to the Blindside of Mary. Who's Mary again?
Mary. Don't ask any questions. Mary.
I'm like, where did Mary come from?
In episode 2, the first victim of the fans tribe, when a split vote plan is concocted by Mikey B to counter a potential idol from Kathy, only to then see Joel get a little confused and annoyed and decide to turn the tables on Mikey. Mikey puts together what should be a foolproof plan, but what he doesn't account for is that this is season 16, not 36, and the vote split strategy hasn't been utilized very often. Also, Joel has a massive ego.
I think we're over-examining. Oh, but we gotta stick to it. That's what I'm saying. Let's get the final plan right now, and then we don't have to talk about it again.
Mikey's throwing out all of his different scenarios on what if Kathy found the hidden immunity idol on Exile Island, on and on and on and on, so much so that it confuses me. He thinks he has pretty much the entire tribe voting the way he wants us to vote and doing whatever he wants. But if I have anything to say about that at Tribal Council tomorrow night, it will be abundantly clear that that's not the case.
Second person voted out of Survivor fans versus favorites. Mary, need to bring me your torch. Tribe has spoken.
The third moment from the season takes full advantage, not that advantage, of what just went down with number 2, and that is when the fans tribe goes back to tribal in episode 4 and blindsides Mikey. The real MVP in the shadows is Tracy, who takes full advantage of Joel's ego and convinces Joel to truly take the reins of the tribe by storm by taking Mikey out tonight. Joel initially wanted to keep Mikey around. They were on the same page working together, but Tracy's clever play to save her alliance made sure that was never gonna happen.
I may not have a lot of power here in this tribe, but I can tell you this much. I'm gonna go down with a fight. Why not?
What about you wanting to vote Mike out?
That'll happen. Just, it can't happen right now, I don't think. We need his strength right now.
Why are you letting him call the shots right now? I don't understand that. I mean, you're like...
I don't know. Am I letting him? I don't know.
Yeah, you're letting him.
You think so?
Absolutely, dude. You're rolling over. There's 9 people here. All you need is one person, and we can take Mike down.
So you guys are wanting to vote Mikey then?
Yes.
We'll see. Tonight will be interesting.
Fourth person voted out of Survivor fans versus favorites. Mike, that's 5, that's enough. You need to bring me your torch.
The fourth moment is sticking with the fans tribe, and trust me, we will be getting to the favorites in a minute. And it is all about the 5-episode story arc between Chet versus Joel. Chet, he's a ball of goo. All season, Joel has been sparing Chet from getting voted out, first with Mary, then with Mikey, but then the tribe swap hits, and both Chet and Joel end up on the same swapped tribe. Joel is less than pleased. And right after the swap, there is a challenge where poetically the two of them are tethered together playing a game of cat and mouse, where Joel very much doesn't care what happens to Chet. Joel is the Incredible Hulk, and Chet is just along for the bumpy ride.
Chet grabs his stuff, joins the new Malakal tribe.
Chetty's here, Chetty's here.
Chet and Joel must catch Parvati and Eliza to win reward. just misses the flag. Joel trying to drag Chet, takes a hard fall. Keep moving. 3, 2, 1. Joel and Chet cannot catch Poverty and Eliza. Iri wins reward.
I'll get my head back.
I don't care.
I know.
I chose to get rid of Mikey versus Chet. And now here I end up with Chet again on my tribe. You know, there is a little bit of irony in that.
Fifth person voted out of Survivor fans versus favorites. Joel, that's 5, that's enough. Need to bring me your torch.
The fifth moment of the season is one of the funniest in all of Survivor. No words I'm about to say are going to be able to set this up as well as if you just watch the episode. But to set this one up, Ozzy goes to Exile Island and finds the idol, and he creates a 5-minute crafts fake idol that's just a stick with a face on it. So then Jason goes to Exile Island after him and finds the stick that Ozzy made and believes it to be the real idol. Yes, he believes this thing is the real deal. I mean, how could it not be? So once the tribes merge, Jason becomes the target, but he goes on to win immunity, and he wants to save his ally Eliza by giving her the immunity idol. So Jason has an ace up his sleeve. He passes the stick off to Eliza, and the rest is history.
This isn't it. This isn't it. This is so stupid. This is just a napkin. That's not the idol.
What is it?
It's a stick. I know.
It has a face on it.
It's not the idol.
Why do you say that?
Because that can't be the idol.
Why not?
Because it's just a stick.
I know.
Tonight, my vote is for Ozzy. Hopefully, what I gave Eliza is the real hidden immunity idol. I can't wait to see the look on your face if it is you.
This is not a hidden immunity idol.
That means Ozzy has it.
Yeah, come on, that took hours to make.
One of the biggest blindsides in Survivor history, number 6, is the elimination of Ozzy at the final 9 vote after the Black Widow Brigade assembles and quickly begins to spin their webs of deceit. In the previous episode, Ozzy went on to admit that he was holding the real idol, but he's got numbers and he's Ozzy. Therefore, he's basically a lock for the final 3 or 4. He's untouchable. But the tribe convinces Jason, after hours of holding his hand in the air at the challenge, to throw the challenge for a promise of safety. But they've crossed their fingers, and as the ump in this situation, that's universal code, and I'll allow it. And then the tides turn. Parvati and Sari pull in Natalie and Alexis. They use Jason as a dummy 5th vote, and suddenly, in a shocking moment of clever gameplay and betrayal, Ozzy is blindsided by a vote of 5-4.
I think one of the dumbest, most naive moves in Survivor history just got played out. We all guaranteed that we weren't going to vote for him, but Jason fell for one of the oldest tricks in the book, and he's going to go home.
I think Ozzy wants to vote him out anyway, which makes this the perfect time to get rid of Ozzy and that idol, because he'll never see it coming. If Jason, Parvati, Natalie, Alexis, and myself will vote Ozzy, Ozzy's gone, idol's gone, clean slate.
I think if I went to the final 5 with Ozzy, Ozzy would win this game. And I haven't been here, miserable, going through all this crap to not win this game.
James is worried about Parvati, and this would be a good moment for someone to try and possibly flush the idol out. But at this point, I'm pretty confident in my alliance.
If anybody has the hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, now would be the time to do so. Okay. 10th person voted out of Survivor fans versus favorites, and the 2nd member of our jury, Ozzy. Need to bring me your torch. Ozzy, tribe has spoken. Well, that was a very big blindside, and that makes things very unpredictable.
Let the good times roll. We're just getting started. In the very next episode, the 7th moment occurs when Jason finds the idol after Ozzy is blindsided with it in his pocket. But this time it is not just a stick, it's the actual idol. And because Jason is at the bottom, he also wants to win immunity. With the immunity idol in his pocket and the promise of safety, Jason now believes he's safe. He is the prince in his castle. He doesn't play his idol, and just wow. Really, man?
It's like the Black Widow Brigade. Like all the girls are coming together and we're spinning the guys around as much as we can, just spinning them until they don't know which way's up. And then we're devouring them, one at a time.
Would love to blindside Jason because it'd be 2-0 for the ladies. Just at the jugular, flossing my teeth with his jugular.
There's no way that dummy is going to not play his eye. If he don't, that'll be tragic.
That'd be awesome.
11th person voted out of Survivor fans versus favorites, and the third member of our jury, Jason. That's 4, that's enough. Need to bring me your torch. Well, after back-to-back blindsides, anybody who still feels safe is a fool.
But we're not stopping there. This is Blindside country. Number 8 is in the next episode when Amanda secretly finds the idol back at camp, confides in Parvati to hatch a plan to blindside Alexis, and at the last second, after putting on an Oscar-worthy performance, shocks the rest of the tribe after Amanda had spent the entire episode playing as if she were on the outs. Amanda had a real ace up her sleeve and it did not have a face on it, and played her part perfectly.
First of all, I want you guys to know that I don't have it, so I'm going to empty my bag. It's at camp. It's buried under the flag. How did you do that already? I haven't get it yet. I need your help. Oh, so I'm going to see if I can get the hidden immunity idol, and if not, I'm gone.
I couldn't find it. It's frustrating when you're looking for something to save your life in this game, and I just didn't do it, unfortunately.
If anybody has the hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, now would be the time to do so.
About that, Jeff. I just want to say, when I told y'all I didn't have it then. So I didn't lie. But I got it!
12th person voted out of Survivor and the 5th member of our jury, Alexis. That's 2, and that is enough. Need to bring me your torch. You guys are perfecting the art of the blind side. That is the good news, and that is the bad news.
And if the previous 2 votes weren't enough shocked Pikachu face for you, well, here's a third. Something about somebody on the bottom winning immunity and then giving up individual immunity. I think it's an obscure moment you won't remember from the penultimate episode. The last man standing, Eric, is at the bottom. He wins immunity, and then that's it. That's the moment. The underdog safely secures a spot in the final 4. You got this, Eric.
Sucks that he won. God. If he didn't have that necklace, he'd be gone.
I wonder if he would give Nat his necklace. Probably not, huh? If Eric takes that necklace off, his torch would be snuffed so quick, I don't even think he could have time to blink his eyes. Nat, tell him that if he were to give you the necklace, that would redeem him, and we would vote for Amanda.
Who would fall for that? Like, I feel stupid listening to you guys right now. I'm like,
Ozzy, Jason, and Eric.
This is where it gets funny and tricky. You give me your necklace.
I'm not even going to consider that.
I just think it would be a huge pivotal move for you. Because you're going to need a pivotal move if you want a jury vote.
Mm-hmm. If you were to save Nat, then I would believe you, and that would cue me that we're all going to vote Amanda. Girl, we got him on a hook.
So he'll,
We got him on a hook. We just got to reel him in. It would be the ultimate Jedi mind trick.
I want to give individual immunity to Natalie.
My mother always told me, you may not be able to beat him with these all the time, but you can always beat him with this.
I don't even know what to say, but thank you.
13th person voted out and the 6th member of our jury, Eric. That's 3, that's enough. Need to bring me your torch. I think that is what you call a life lesson.
The 10th greatest moment that I want to talk about is actually going to be a few of the questions at the final tribal council. One of my favorite final tribals simply because of the range of questions and statements made to both Parvati and Amanda before the jury votes. You have Eliza, who just doesn't want to vote for either of the 2 ladies. You have James, who gets Parv to do this little reenactment that he doesn't buy for a second. You get Natalie, who asks a flirtatious question. Jeff gets weirded out. And then, of course, you get the cherry on top of it all, Ozzy's cringy declaration of love for Amanda. Oh boy.
We reenact it. You give me a different version. Go on, give it to me and make it believable.
Haha, got you, sucker. What?
That's not it.
How does that resonate for you in the bedroom? How do you take that to the next level as far as strategy in the game?
I really am having feelings that I've never really felt before and have never.
And those are the top 10 greatest moments in Survivor Micronesia, fans versus favorites. And like always, now I want to rewatch the season. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Let me know if there are any other moments that we need to be reminded of. Honorable mentions, by the way, let's talk about honorable mentions. We have Amy and her machete on the swap tribe. We have Kathy's entire turbulent story arc. And of course, the auction. Finger licking good.
Seriously, don't hog the cake. I haven't had any food.
No way.
I'm a little aggro right now. Okay.
How about $40 to lick your fingers?
He's serious.
Okay. Oh, baby.
Oh, baby.
Oh, that's sad. Something's wrong with that boy.
A huge thank you to my favorite fans on the screen. And in the end, on your way out, don't forget, it's pronounced Parvati, not poverty, Parvati. And I will see you in the next one for the top 10 greatest moments from, how could we forget, Survivor Karamoan, fans versus favorites 2.
Where is Eric? Eric, wow, with a new haircut. All right, here are the dumbest moves. Take a look at this. Flashback.
I want to give individual immunity to Natalie.
13th person voted out and the 6th member of our jury. Eric.
Eric was a fan on the first Fans versus Favorites, and his inexperience showed.
I want to give individual immunity to Natalie.
This necklace could be the single most iconic relic in the history of Survivor. 4 remaining women bamboozled him
Can you give me your necklace tonight?
into giving up the necklace at tribal council.
I want to give individual immunity to Natalie.
Eric made the biggest bonehead move in Survivor by giving the immunity idol.
Nobody was happier than James when this happened in season 16, 10 years ago. Take a look.
I want to give individual immunity to
Stop! He's already dead.
There's so much to this, like with these mistakes. They show you who you are as a human. Like these human moments show up because everybody makes mistakes. And over time, I've had to, kind of work through all of that. If you don't laugh, you're going to cry.
Bull! We say bull! 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 Kenner, you got the same tiles, the same ropes. I mean, my ass!
What?